Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the review you have been waiting for. The GSX-S1000. What a bike. Well, I've just been down to Haslemere Motorcycles in Borden. Really recommend those guys. They've sorted me right out with this. Excellent little service down there. Suzuki Dealer of the Year for the last 3 years running. And yeah, they've got one of 4 GSX-S1000s on test. These aren't out till June. And the Chops has managed to lay his dirty little mitts on one. Let's go for a spin. Let's give it a spin. Let's see what she's like. Let's see what all the I've heard some great things about this. Let's see if they are all true. First off, I can tell you it's comfortable. Really comfortable. Let's fire her up. Not a bad old tone as well. She's got a nice tone from the old exhaust. It's a standard can on this. Oh, this is a bit steep. Completely standard. Let's go. Don't want to get stuck behind these guys. Lovely bit of induction roar. I do like the roar of the induction. Oh, quite snatchy, the throttle, but I think they've got a bit too much play in it. It's quite easy to pull back when you're not expecting it. But yeah, it's amazingly comfortable. The seat is like sitting on your favourite cushion from home. It is absolutely lovely. Coming from a sports bike background, it's got a good old feel in the twisties as well. But coming from a sports bike background, I'm used to having a couple of hour ride and getting home and my arse being like it's been for a mangle. But with this, I can see, oh, what the hell was that? I can see I could be on this all day and that arse would be absolutely pristine. I do like to keep a pristine bottom. Bags of torque. I mean, this engine is supposedly detuned to 145 brake. It's the K5 GSX-S1000 engine. 3 levels of traction control for your pleasure. ABS, but that's where your electronic goodies stop. This bike is for the purists, for the people who don't want all that electronic nonsense. You know, a few years time when it all starts going wrong, how much is that going to cost you? I mean, you've got standard gear shift on here, none of that quick shifter nonsense, standard cable throttle, none of that ride-by-wire nonsense, conventional forks, KYB forks and shock, you know, with your usual array of adjustments, but none of that electronic nonsense. So this bike is all about practical fun, cheap practical kicks. I mean, you cannot argue with that. And who wants an auto blipper? You can't beat doing that yourself, huh? You can't beat a bit of downshift blipping manually. When this bike is, it's effortless to ride. I could get off and it would get back to the dealership on its own. It's that good. One thing I've noticed is the suspension is quite soft on it, but I think it still works. You know, even in the twisties, being this soft. If it was mine, I'd probably harden it up a tiny bit, but it behaves. It does what you tell it. It's sublime, sublime. Love it. Oh, there it is. It's a sexy old beast. The bike's not bad either. And if we got it 5 grand, we'd nail it past this Mr. White Van Man. The set. Come on, come on, go, 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 go. Bend coming up. Shift your weights. Oh, it's quite balanced, quite soft there. Shift your weights slightly. nice. It's nice. When you're too old and too decrepit to ride your GSX-S1000, this is where you go from there. When you think, oh, I can't ride a sports bike anymore, I'm too old, I've got a bad back, I've got bad knees, look no further. This is the bike for you. This is the bike for you. I mean, even if you're not that old decrepit person, it's a fantastic fun bike that you can stay on all day. I love it. Fuel, I've got 2 blobs of fuel left. Got fuel gauge, proper fuel gauge, not just a light, proper fuel gauge. Bit of a strange old rev thing. It's just like a 1 bob goes up and down. Bit odd, bit different. Maybe I better change that, I guess. But even on the twisties, you can still have fun on the twisties, man. And even down here, you can still explore. I mean, the Brembo brakes, they're really nice, really good feel to them. Let's come on here. We don't have to shift your body position, you can just lean in, give it some of that. Beautiful. 5th gear, lay it down again, give it the beans. Then it comes alive at 8 grand. Comes alive again at 8,000 rounds all the way up to the red line. Oh, wow. Love it. Absolutely love it. So I've dropped down to number 1 on the traction control because I did feel it interfering a little bit from 1st gear when I gave it some beanage. So let's go 2nd. 1st gear. Yeah. You can feel the traction control kicking in there. So that's with 1. So yeah, I'd be reluctant to turn it off completely, but it is preventing wheelie action. But you know, it's nice to have that bit of safety net there. If you'd be a bit of a fool to turn it off. Oh, even over the bump where the compressor's in the road there, just... I'll tell you what, this is fast. This is fast in the twisties. I think my Fireblade would struggle to keep up with this. Oh, that's the trouble with doing these reviews. It just makes you want all these new bikes. But this is a bike I could actually afford. Makes a change. This is something I could afford. Not like those hyper bikes, you know, you need a mortgage to buy the bike. I mean, this is 10 grand. This is still sensible money. You haven't got to be super rich to afford this, and it does, you know, it does everything as well. It's, you know, I think it's all things to all men. This comfortable. I think you could commute on this. I mean, this is really comfortable. It's really easy to ride. Really easy to ride. You can just throw. You haven't got to think about the corners. It's quite forgiving. It is forgiving. And yeah, I like this. I really like this. I mean, come on, it looks mean. I mean, you've got all that tank. I mean, look at all that tank you've got down there. Let's spin the old camera around. Hello, that's the amount of goggle box, isn't it? Oh no. Yeah, look at that tank. You've got all that tank in front of you. Well, it's nice. You know, feels good to have that width. Everyone likes a bit of width, don't they? I've had a few people race me. I'm getting... It's not just me who thinks it's a hooligan. All these other people obviously do as well, because that's the 2nd person who's tried to race me. Maybe it's just a GSX thing. You know, people see the blue Suzuki and they think, nutter, let's have a race. It's that nutter blue. People see it, and they want to race you. Oh, it's a hoonage machine. It makes you want to be a bit mad, actually. I've noticed that it's... If you've got a little devil inside of you that likes too much right wrist action, you know, this may not be the bike for you. Oh, it's great. It is great. And you can stand up in this. It feels like I'm a motocross bike. I could do stand-up wheelies now, I reckon. It's really sure-footed. It's very, very sure-footed and extremely nimble. I mean, that is 60 miles an hour, and look how quickly you can change direction. They've got new wheels on this, and they must be fairly light because that is a quick direction change. Well, it's hard not to get caught up with this. It's hard to be objective with this bike when it's as nice as this to ride. I love it. I've not ridden I've always fancied the Speed Triple. I've never ridden a Speed Triple, which I think would, you know, be a similar sort of bike to this, but I think this has got that extra punch. The Triple would never have the same sort of punch as this has got. I mean, that GSX-S1000 motor is a peach, absolute peach. They've tried to tune the power out of it, but they failed. Woo! It's a peach of a bike, absolute peach. Let's try go. This is all a bit too. So try those brakes. Brakes are excellent. They've always suffered, Suzuki's, with poor. But is this someone's house? Is this someone's house? Please take your litter home with you. Oh, I don't know where I'm going now. But Suzuki's always suffered with poor brakes. You know, brake fade, all the rest of it. Since they've been putting the Brembos on. Oh, speed bump. Since they've been putting the Brembos on, it's improved the situation. But I've not given this lots of brake action. It's got the Nissan. I think it's got the Nissan master cylinder and Brembo brakes. So you've not got Brembo. Then you've got the standard light. Where the hell am I going? We don't want to go to Midlands Farm. It's not in the review. In low speed, look at the steering lock it's got. Look at the steering lock it's got. And look, I can go around again. Feet on the pegs. Look at that lock. That is unhurt. You know, sports bike. You can forget that, sports bike, boys. Traction control. Bit of traction control then. You heard it stuttering. Now I don't know how the traction control works. Check for the speed bumps again. Oh. Although I think the traction control is I don't know if it's a you know, wheel speed sensor or what the score is with the traction control, but it seems to work. Seems to work. See, I don't think we'll be able to get the wheel up with that. Bit of a bounce. I don't know if that's anti-wheelie or if that is the traction control doing that, but it's keeping that front end in check. Keeping that front end in check. So you've got them down these buttons, traction control. We're on TC1. No, we want to change. Press it. It says, look, no man, you're too much of a nutter. You are not changing the traction control, mate. Oh, it's not having it. You crazy mofo, you're not having the traction control off. Ah, I'll give up. I'll have to stick with one. Maybe got to be doing under a certain speed or something to change it. I'm spoiling my fun. Oh, it's great though. I mean, look, it's just so nice. It's just so nice. I mean, look, can you see? Let's turn you round. It's just, you know, it's just lovely. Let's go up here. Gearbox is also very nice. Very responsive little gearbox. Watch the grit in the road. And what else can we say about this fine steed? Clutch, very light clutch, cable clutch. ABS. Not on all models. I think there's a base model and there's I think the base model doesn't have ABS, but it has the traction, and then the slightly dearer one has the traction and ABS, and I think there's a faired version as well, with a bigger fairing on it. But I haven't missed a fairing, not on these sort of roads anyway. Maybe if you're sat on the motorway you may find it a bit windy, but... And I'm tall, I'm 6'2", I'm broad shouldered as well, so I do catch a breeze. I do catch a breeze. Avenue Nurseries. I ain't got a clue where I am. This is one of those. This is an explorer's bike, isn't it? This is one of those bikes you take out. Bit of green laning, maybe not full-on green laning, but certainly country laning, just to have a little explore on, a little poodle around, see what the country has to offer. And yes, if you can resist going flat out everywhere, which isn't easy on this. To sum up, this bike, incredibly comfortable, incredibly powerful, incredibly smooth. Oh, the cloth won't go up. Incredibly smooth, incredibly cheap. Let's be honest. I mean, £10,000 or just under for a new 2015 model new bike, redesigned bike, a new bike, bargain. Looks good for a naked. It looks good. I like it. So thumbs up on the looks. You know, toys, okay, it has the bare minimum of toys for the nowadays, but that's all you need, isn't it? Traction control's nice, and the ABS is obviously nice, bit of a safety net. That's all you need. That's bare minimum, good enough for me. Oh, it's got a horn as well. You know, different levels of traction control, so you're not forced into being stuck with having a traction control on all the time. Yeah, you can turn it off, which is great. So I think, you know, if you're looking for a reasonably priced, powerful, comfortable bike with a little bit of a hardcore edge to it, you know, you cut this bike in half and I think it will say nutter through the middle. You know, it is, let's be honest, I think it's a bit of a nutter's bike, certainly is. But hey, you're only young once, and you don't even have to be young to ride this. This is comfortable enough for any ages. So when you're too old, you're too achy, you're sick of coming back from your rides, aching and taking days, going out for a ride, taking days to recover, ditch your sports bikes, sell them, get yourself one of these bad boys. It is an awesome machine. I'm going to have to go and see what the finance deals Haslemere Motorcycles can do me on this. Lovely little X demo, one careful owner, one careful rider. Sort me out a deal, Mark. Sort me out a deal. I want one. There's the old bill. I want one of these. Well, I better get this back. They'll be wanting this back at the showroom. I might have to keep it. I may just have to go home with this. I don't want to give it back. It inspires confidence. I know I've said this before on some of the other bikes I've ridden, but again, this does inspire confidence. I don't know if it's the riding position or the feel from the suspension or the excellent brakes, but it inspires you to go fast. It really does. It eggs you on to get your wrist wound round. Too many cars here though for any decent fun, isn't there? Too many automobiles for my liking. Spray, look at that, on the brakes. No dramas. High beams on again. No dramas whatsoever. Just wants to go. Oh, it's got some pull. It has got some pull. If you've got a bad neck, it may not be the bike for you, because it will try and rip your head off. Bad points. Ugh. Slight vibes through my feet, but just because I've moved my feet around for a while, so it's a little vibey down there. You know, I can't think of another bad point of this bike. It's got excellent brakes. The throttle just needs a bit of adjustment. It's a little bit of movement in it, but that's just a quick 10 minutes with a spanner. I keep knocking the high beam on, but I think that's just a case of getting used to it. I keep knocking out the high beam, keep knocking that. But good mirrors, you've got good visibility because of the wide bars as well. You know, you've got excellent mirrors. Oh, it's great. I can't think of I don't have a bad thing to say. There's nothing that would stop me buying one of these. The price is right. There's good quality feel to it. You know, the engine's a little bit farty down bottom end, maybe a dyno session and a power commander could smooth that out a bit. Perhaps the exhaust as well. I mean, it's got a lovely sound to it. It sounds shit there, but it's got a lovely induction roar. So you know, even the sound of the stock, I mean, the stock can even looks decent as well. I mean, you can't often say that nowadays. Stock cans are normally hideous affairs. It's got, you know, amazing low speed maneuverability. I mean, look, there's no feet down here. This is just all controlled by the bars. It's just easy, really easy. Oh, it's really easy. Gearbox is good. It's got a good clunk when it goes in gear. No dramas about finding neutral. Gear indicator's nice. You know, that's standard fare nowadays. You have to have a gear indicator. If it was mine, I'd probably put a set of braided lines on it, maybe, just to get a bit more feel. But it's not bad. It's not bad by any standards. It does make you think. I mean, you can just, you know, whoa, you've stopped without crushing your testicles on the tank as well, which was nice. No, this isn't a ball basher. My bike's a ball basher. Your testicles will do fine on this. If you've got sore testes, no, this is the bike. Let's try and do a bit of filterage. A bit of filterage on it. Alright, love, calm down. Where's he going? Oh, it's filterage time. There's fucking nutters out now. Well, a bit of filterage. Yeah. It's great low speed maneuverability. That's the thing with it. Listen to that. Listen to that. It's lovely. It is really nice. They're making me into lunatics, these bikes. It's not me, officer, it's the bikes. They made me do it. They made me do it. It's not me. Yee-haw! Fantastic machine. Look at those brakes. No high beam again. No dramas on the brakes at all. It just handles as well, and absolutely on rails. Absolutely on rails. Get a wheel out here. Oh dear. This bike turns you into a fucking loony. Oh. So, Haslemere motorcycles. The Suzuki dealer of the year for the past 3 years. Those guys will sort you out a deal on one of these. I'm tempted myself. I really am tempted myself. Oh, that's the trouble, you ride good bikes, it just makes you realise that yours isn't very good. This is great, easy fun. It's easy, accessible performance. I've ridden the new S1000 2015, loved it. I tell you what, if it was my money, I think I'd rather have this and have £5.5 grand in the bank. This delivers all the fun of that bike at a fraction of the price, and it's more comfortable to boot. You don't need all that fancy electronic shite, you really don't. This bike proves that. This bike proves that electronic nonsense is not necessary. Just get on your bike and ride it, you know, learn the skills. It's got the basics, it's got, oh god, it was going right. This has got everything you need really. This has got your ABS, this has got your traction control, that's all you need. Don't need anything else. ABS, traction control, that's all you need. And some would argue you don't even need those, but you know, that's your main safety features covered. Everything else is not really necessary. It's nice, I suppose, but this bike's so easy to ride, you don't need any aids to help you ride it. That's the thing, isn't it? Don't make a bike which is so powerful and so hard to ride that you've got to then invent aids to actually enable you to use it. Invent something which is right in the first place and keep it simple. And this is what, oh, high beams on again. And this is what you're left with. A GSX-S1000S. Is it GSX? Yeah, GSX-S1000, whatever you want to say. It's got GSX and it's got 1000, it's got an S in it somewhere. Fantastic